Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. I'm a Pilates instructor and personal trainer based in Metro Detroit, New Hudson. And I'm gonna do a lovely prenatal Pilates class, strength and stretch, mostly for your upper body, for those shoulders, for the rib cage, to feel a bit more release in the chest, to feel a bit more open here, and to strengthen your shoulder blade muscles and the upper body. And lately I feel this huge desire to find more length here. I'm currently 21 weeks pregnant, so I feel the change is happening from week to week and sometimes day to day. And I have this huge desire to strengthen, to stretch out and to feel the mobility I have in my rib cage. So when you're used to move every day in your Pilates practice, then sometimes you miss that. You miss this wonderful deep articulation in your spine. And yeah, let's try to find it again in our spine to really open everything up, and then you feel wonderful, released and stretched. All right, so this practice is appropriate for all trimesters in your pregnancy, but please check with your healthcare provider first. And I use so we need just a mat, and I use a ripped up blanket to sit on, cross-legged. That's our starting position. So these days I love to prop myself up so I can really just focus on having a nice elongated spine and not slouching forward. So feel free to get yourself a blanket. Mine looks like this, so it's nice, has a nice height. You can use also a ball, a pillow, whatever you like, or you don't need anything, that's fine as well. All right, so let's get started. Let's find a comfortable position. I like to sit cross-legged on my blanket, so I'm nice and seated and level on my sit bones. So take a moment to feel the sit bones reaching evenly down into the mat or into your blanket here. You can also close your eyes if you like, to really tune in your body and to feel this nice elongation, sitting tall here in your spine, lifting your sternum a bit more up and really relaxing through those shoulders. Actually, let's take a bit time to really relax those shoulders a bit more. So let's take a deep breath in, shrug those shoulders up to your ears. And as you slowly exhale, tell your shoulders to slide down and to relax. One more big breath in. Feel this tensioning. And exhale, slowly glide them back down, and because it's so nice and it's really helpful for those muscles to stay relaxed down here. And exhale, slowly release. Wonderful. Shake it out. Good. And just concentrate on breathing first. So take a big breath into the nose. Feel this widening in your rib cage here. Exhale, those ribs gliding back down. Maybe you feel also a bit more abdominals engagement here as you exhale. Big inhale, open those ribs wide. And exhale, slide those ribs back down. Feel this elongation through the spine. And let's do this 2 more. Big inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Releasing all tension out. Big inhale through the nose. Send your breath deep into the rib cage and also concentrate on getting the breath here into the back side of your ribs. So when you've been moving with Pilates a while, it's nothing new for you to breathe that way. If you just come to Pilates, maybe it's a bit different way of breathing for you right now. So try to breathe into the sides here and into the back side of those ribs. And it just feels really lovely to open up, especially the back side, and getting more mobility here in your thoracic spine here in the rib cage. Let's do this 2 more times. And exhale. Inhale through the nose, lifting the sternum more and more up, and exhale, sliding the ribs back down. Good. So you get more energy in because of this deep breathing, and you get more mobility here in your upper spine. Let's get us a bit more into the movement of the spine. So I show it to you sideways so you can see my spine better moving. So let's work with the breath here. You can have your hands down in the front of you. So let's work naturally with our breath. When we take a deep inhale, you feel the lifting here in the sternum. And as we exhale, we release the air out. We drop the head, shoulders rounding forward. When you expelling the air out. Inhale into the ribs. You feel this opening. See, that just happens naturally here. Lifting up. Exhale through the mouth. You release that air. Find this roundness in your spine here. And inhale. Exhale, drop the head, find the roundness in your spine, but you still stay on top of your sit bones here. Big breath in, relax those shoulders back and down. They're just hanging there. And exhale. Last one. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, release the air out. Good, and another big breath. Inhale and stack your spine back up nice and tall. Good. So in the meanwhile, you can switch your legs if you like. And we stay nice and even here. Also in the hips. Good. Have your arms relaxed. Let's lift them actually up. Let's lift them up here, shoulder height. Take a big breath in. And let's get a bit rotation here in the spine. As you exhale, we do bow and arrow. You pull the elbow back, look towards your elbow, and release. And exhale, we're looking towards the elbow, reaching the elbow back. Inhale, grow taller, back to center. Exhale, reach back, and the other arm is reaching forward, so you feel this good stretch here in the upper middle spine. And release. Exhale. So you stay in your comfortable range of motion here. Whatever feels good for you today. Last one. Exhale, pull it back, reach the arm forward here. And come back to center. Open your arms to the side. A bit lower than shoulder height maybe, so don't tense up in those shoulders. And let's do a little rotation in those shoulders. So my palms facing up. Let's flip them back down. Do a little forward rotation here. Inhale, thumbs pointing back. You can look up towards the ceiling if you like. And exhale. Inhale. Feel this openness here through the chest. Exhale, release the air out, flip your palms. And inhale. Exhale. So feel this rotation in your shoulders. Getting more also the shoulder blades working. Last one. We're gonna stay up here. So your thumbs pointing back. And we do little pulses backwards here. And check in with yourself. So you don't want to arch when you're pulsing backwards. You don't want to arch in the lower back too much here. Stay nice and connected. Hug the baby in. And try to get more this extension in the upper spine here. And pulse. And pulse. And reach back. Feel the stretch through the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Reach back with your thumbs. Big inhale. Open those arms up. Stay here for a moment. Feel the shoulder blades rotating upwards here in this position. And press the arms down. Inhale, lift your arms, your shoulder blades moving with you. Shoulder blades rotating up. Exhale, pressing down, lifting a bit longer through the crown of the head. Inhale, up. Exhale, press down, release the shoulder blades down. 2 more, in. Exhale. Inhale, lift up, rotation those shoulder blades up. Exhale, pressing down, lift your spine longer and longer. And release, roll those shoulder blades back. Good, release the head here. You can do a little circle to the chest. Good, and come back to center. Let's come onto all fours. So for me, I notice that I'm a bit more painful on those wrists here because of the laxity we have more in our joints when we are pregnant. You can prop yourself up on the blanket. You can also roll a bit smaller towel together and place the heels of the hands here and then the fingers lower, so you have a bit increased ankle here in the wrist and you're not like 90 degrees here. But it also, I notice it depends on the day. So let's see, I like to warm up those wrists first, just circle them a bit around. Okay, and then I place my hands under my shoulders, having my fingers nice and wide, so I'm connecting to my mat here. Elbows pointing back, knees under those hips. Tuck the toes under. And let's do a lovely cat-cow stretch. Let's start with the tail first. So we're rounding the tail, tucking the tail under. We're rounding through the lower spine, middle spine, upper spine, the shoulders, dropping the head. And then reverse, the tail lifts up first. Lower back, waist, middle back, upper back, and then the head. And exhale, tail first. Articulating through the spine. Inhale, tail moves first, all the way to the crown of the head here, lift, and exhale. Feeling this engagement in your abdominals, and exhale, tail first, lengthening the spine out. One more time, really focus on articulating bone by bone through the spine. It's a lovely stretch and activating your deep core muscles. And then last one, and then find your wonderful long and stable position. So the longest spine here you can find. So my tail is reaching back, head is forward, I'm nice and stable. Think of putting a cup of tea here on the back and you wouldn't spill anything. Good. Let's do a little shoulder blade work here. So you stay stable, nothing changes in the back. You're just releasing the chest down, so the shoulder blades coming together. And then pushing into the floor here, reaching the shoulder blades away from the spine. And inhale, drop down. Exhale, push the floor away. So you see nothing happens in the spine or in my arms. I just want to focus on this lovely shoulder blade work here. Exhale. Inhale, release down. So the strength in the shoulder blade muscle stabilizes the shoulder blades and the shoulder. Last one, sinking in here. Exhale, push down. And then open the knees a bit wider depending on how big your baby bump is. And then shift yourself back here. Open the knees, reach those arms forward. Reach the chest down. And relax here for a second. You can shake out those wrists. And then come all the way back up. And from here, let's go into a high kneeling. So we are here in this high kneeling position with your knees under your hips. And my feet are really relaxed here. So no crunched toes. Nice and long feet. I'm engaging my glutes. So I feel this great opening I'm getting here in the front of the hips and in my quads. Really concentrating on staying nice and long. Exhale, I'm engaging those abs in. And then I interlace my fingers, place my hands here behind the head, form a little cushion for my head. Elbows pointing, really relax, slightly forward. And then I'm using my hands to give a bit traction here for my neck. So I slightly pushing my head, my back of the head into my hands, elongating the back of the neck here, nice and long. So it gives you good traction, elongation through the neck. Breathe. Exhale. Feel this elongation in the neck. Keep your glutes engaged. And then on the next inhale, we lower ourselves down, little side bend here. Exhale, we engaging those abs and pulling ourselves back up to center. Inhale the other side. Exhale, engaging those abs. Feel how my abdominal muscles, they are lifting my torso back up to the center. So inhale. Exhale, find this engagement. Inhale, lower, inhaling into the side here, opening the side. Exhale, find my abdominal connection, rib cage to the pelvis, and come back to center. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Feel the whole time this great length in my spine. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Last one. Oh, good. Stay here 2 more breaths. Give a bit more traction here into the neck. And then lower my arms all the way down. But I'm staying here in this high kneeling position and I want to do some little hinges here. So I'm turning my palms to the front And I just turn myself sideways so you can see better my position. So I'm exhaling as I'm hinging back, and inhale, come back to center. So that's the thigh stretch. So I feel even more the opening in the whole front here, and also with core work. Exhale, hinging back, and you want to notice that nothing changes in the lower back. You can also have one hand here in the lower back to make sure that you don't arch. You want to stay stable. Use your abdominal muscles, hugging the baby in, hinge back, and come back to center. And exhale. And inhale. Nice and open through the chest. Feeling the stretch in my quads. And let's do one more, just one more today. Exhale. Wonderful. Good. And hinging back down. Wiggle the pelvis. Release everything here. Do some circles, whatever you like. That feels so good. And then come back into seated. And just take a moment to tune in into yourself again and just notice, how do you feel? What has changed? How's your breath? Where do you feel a bit more released, a bit more open maybe? I hope you feel this too, that you feel a lot more mobile and have loosed or eased some tension here out of the upper body. Thanks for joining me on the mat. Stay healthy throughout your pregnancy, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section down below, and you have a wonderful day. See ya.